I am a Mocha Mom, and it is the 1 year anniversary of the day that I put in my locks. And I feel fantastic. So I'm coming on here to reflect a little bit on my lock process. I loved having loose natural hair. I actually grew my hair down to the the position where my bra strap goes across my back. People call that bra strap length. All the back of my hair had grown about evenly down to that part. I still had a lot of layers in my hair, so maybe the sides came down to like maybe here. But I have very shrinky hair. So if you go back and watch any of my videos where my hair is still loose, it doesn't look as long as it had grown out, but that's because of shrinkage. What led me to my locks is a scalp condition that I have. I developed it when I had a relaxer. I had flakes all over my scalp. When I went to a dermatologist, they pretty much told me I just had a bad case of dandruff and prescribed me a medicated shampoo. And the directions on the shampoo said for me to wash my hair with it every day. It was very strong, very drying, very harsh, and I had a relaxer. So washing my hair every day wasn't an option for me time-wise, even if it would have had no effect on my hair, which it did. It dried my hair horribly. And so the severe itching caused me to scratch my scalp until it bled. I scraped it open. I could control myself during the day, but not in my sleep. So I would walk around with these scabs on my head and this stinging feeling all the time that I hated. And it was worse around my hairline. So if I absent-mindedly started scratching, a big flake like the size of a cornflake would fall off. I thought my condition was rare, but evidently many people struggle with this. After doing further research, I discovered that I have more of like a seborrhea dermatitis. As my hair grew longer, I realized that what I needed to keep my scalp under control was constant washing, or at least rinsing. Apple cider vinegar rinses work for me because some of this can be fungal, and apple cider works to kill the fungus. So with loose natural hair, the constant rinsing was a challenge. I would wear my hair in braids and that would work, but my braids would get extremely fuzzy. Same thing with twists. Twists were a nightmare because for me, when I twist my hair and wet it, I get extreme tangling, and when it's time to take down, it's like my hair has begun the matting process that happens when you lock your hair. So the next step for me was maybe to cut my hair so that I would be able to manage it the way I wanted to. I was okay with that, but my husband begged me, please don't cut your hair. He absolutely loves my long natural hair. So the next thing that came into my mind was, what about locks? I didn't know anything about locks. I have relatives who have locks. I never really focused on them much or thought of them much. I was really enjoying my loose natural hair. But I needed something that I could grow my hair out and be able to wash it as much as I want, and not have to worry about detangling or messing up a style or whatever. And I chose to do the locks. And in the beginning, I was very anxious about it because I didn't know anything about locks. I had never even touched locks. I imagined that they felt hard and stiff, and I love to have my hands in my hair, and my greatest anxiety was, I'm not gonna enjoy having my hands in my hair. I didn't want anything rough and scratchy on my head. It was pure ignorance. I asked my cousin if I could touch his locks, and I touched them and they felt okay to me. And once that happened, I started researching, reading up, and figuring out what I could do. I knew I wouldn't want to go to a loctician or anything like that. I wanted something I could manage myself. And so I learned about braid locks through Napturality.com, which is a hair forum. And I decided that what I wanted to do was put my hair in a bunch of small braids and let them lock up, and that I would maintain it through latching. So that's what I did in the beginning. I put my hair in a bunch of braids. I think it was about 178 braids. And then I learned how to latch with a tool called the Nappy Lock tool. There are many tools you can use. You can even make a tool yourself. And that was working for me until one month I would do it every 2 months, and until one month I latched my roots too tight, and unlike twisting, I couldn't just rinse it out and start over. It was latched and I couldn't undo it, and I have a very sensitive scalp, and I had to suffer through that pain, and it put me off of latching. And I couldn't bring myself to latch all summer for fear of doing it too tight again, and discovered that I loved the way my hair looked without the latch roots. And so that started my journey of semi-freeforming, which is just allowing your hair to grow out and lock on its own without any interference or shaping of the process. And except that when I wet my hair, the tendency is for the roots to start to join and mingle together. So while the hair is still damp, I just gently pull them back apart again so they can continue matting in these sections that I've created. And so that's what I've been doing. I haven't latched my hair since the middle of May, and it is now October. And this is what my hair looks like, and I love it. I love not being able to see my scalp. I love the thickness and the fullness. And I've been enjoying the process. I love being able to rinse my hair as much as I want. I love being able to wake up and my hair is done. My hair looks great. I don't have much that I have to do. Interestingly enough, all the things that I worry about haven't been an issue. I worried about my crisp, perfect parts. At this point, my parts don't show because I'm semi-freeforming, so it doesn't even matter. I worried about, how my hair would look, how I would look with locks. I feel like I look fantastic. I worried about whether or not I would miss my loose natural hair. I really don't. I feel like everything I could do with my loose natural hair, I can do with locks, and even more, because I don't have to worry about detangling, and I can wear my hair down. It's in a perpetual protective style that I never have to take down. I worried about maintenance being bothersome, but I don't do maintenance. Mostly I just pull my hair apart if it starts to stick together, and it's a style that keeps itself going. I worried about maybe how people would respond to my locks, but I get nothing but compliments for my locks. And more importantly, I can wear it down, and unlike my loose hair, I don't have to worry about messing up my ends, split ends, and protective styling and things like this, because this is a perpetual protective style. Because my locks are developing, I don't spend a lot of time styling them, because I just want to leave it alone until they mesh and settle and get to where they're going. And also, I'd like a little bit more length for the styles I want to do. But the styles, I love lock updos. I love how they look when they're curled, when you do a braid out or a twist out. I can't wait to get started when they get longer. So I'm looking forward to another year. My regimen is very simple. I rinse my hair every day with at least a very diluted apple cider vinegar rinse to kind of take care of my scalp mostly. My hair loves it. It doesn't dry my hair out at all. In the winter, I use a bit of castor oil about once a week, about a dime size amount throughout my hair to lock in the moisture. In summer, I don't use anything at all. I haven't started the castor oil yet. I wash my hair with Jason medicated shampoo for seborrhea, and also, believe it or not, Head and Shoulders. I alternate between the two. One helps to lift the flakes from your scalp, and the other one helps your scalp to exfoliate the way it should. And that's about it. I don't do much to my hair at all. And I love it. That's what I love. I finally have wash and go hair. And I have combined a few, not because I saw anything falling out or anything, but when you do it yourself, it's hard to make them the same size. So even though my locks look the same size, they're not the same size. And some of them I thought were really too small, so I combined them. So say I went from 178 to something like 162 or 63 or something like that. And I've left them as two-headed dragons. I'm just so happy that I did this. And if anything, I wish I had done it sooner, because I'd probably have more length by now to do my updo styles that I can't wait to do. Another thing but one thing that my scalp continues to be pretty sensitive, so I hope it'll continue to heal back to, what it was before I decided to relax my hair. And if you're out there and you relax your hair and your scalp is in a place of heavy flaking where you're scraping it open, I really encourage you to think about going back to your natural texture. I've noticed such a big difference, and it was so humiliating back in the day going to the hairdresser and having them talk about me in Spanish. That's the one with the heavy flakes. You don't want to do her hair. It was so humiliating. But at that time, I didn't think I had other options. But now I know I have so many other options. My loose natural hair, and now for me, locks. I love it. So happy 1 year lock anniversary to me. Be blessed.